Hey everyone, welcome back to the deep dive.
Hey there.
Today we're venturing into, well, a really captivating and frankly maybe a little eerie part of the digital world.
Hmm.
Imagine, a bustling city, vibrant, full of life, innovation, community, dreams being built.
Yeah, and the initial buzz.
Exactly. Now, fast forward maybe a few years, picture it totally abandoned, silent, empty.
Okay.
What if I told you that exact scenario happens all the time in the crypto space? It leaves behind what people are starting to call ghost chains.
It's a fitting name.
It is, right?
Yeah.
So this deep dive is all about exploring these digital ruins. We're drawing from a really interesting source, ghost chains, the crypto underworld.
Good stuff.
Our mission today is, well, to figure out not just what they are, but why they happen and maybe what lessons they hold for, anyone involved in this space, building, investing, or even if you're just curious.
Absolutely. There's a lot to unpack there.
So let's just paint that picture for a moment.
Yeah.
A new blockchain project kicks off. It's got the white paper, the visionary team. The token price is soaring.
Right, the classic launch phase.
You've got developers coding like mad, traders are active, people are minting NFTs, and the Discord channels are just alive, buzzing with believers, people making plans.
Full of energy, full of promise.
It's this really vibrant digital ecosystem.
It truly is a powerful vision, isn't it?
Right.
And lots of projects do start with that incredible energy. Some even get there for a while.
Yeah.
But what's really startling and what this source Ghost Chains highlights is that, well, this dying off isn't just a bug. It's almost like a feature of how this market works. Open source, permissionless.
A feature.
In a way, it creates this huge graveyard of projects, much bigger and maybe more permanent than when regular companies fail.
Exactly. And that's where the story takes this turn, sometimes a pretty dramatic one, because you fast forward maybe just a couple of years.
Sometimes less.
Sometimes less, right? And that bustling digital city, it's just quiet, utterly silent. The developers, they're gone.
Moved on to the next thing.
The community, vanished. Token price, basically zero, just a ghost of what it was. What's left behind is a digital ghost town. It's an image that really makes you rethink digital permanence, don't you think?
It absolutely does.
Yeah.
And the crucial thing here, what we really need to get, is that this isn't some rare thing,
Yeah.
an isolated incident or some, weird anomaly.
Right.
This isn't fantasy. It happens way more often than you'd probably imagine. We're talking thousands of blockchains and their tokens just abandoned.
Thousands. Wow.
Yes, this huge silent graveyard of digital dreams,
Yeah.
often completely overlooked with all the noise about new launches every day.
Thousands of abandoned projects. That scale is almost, well, hard to comprehend. You think about these projects starting out so big,
Yeah, the promises.
these bold claims, going to change the world, revolutionize this or that industry, and now they're just frozen ledgers, silent monuments. No one's updating the code, no one's maintaining anything, and sometimes, like you said, maybe even worse, nobody remembers the keys.
Exactly. The login keys for maybe the treasury wallet or the contract needed to upgrade anything.
So the chain isn't just dormant, it's effectively, bricked. Like, it can't evolve or even get the money out.
Pretty much. It's like a digital Pompeii,
Yeah.
buried under neglect, old tech, and lost keys instead of ash.
Yeah. And what's really fascinating and different is how it contrasts with traditional business failure.
Totally distinct.
Right.
A normal company goes bankrupt, it usually liquidates, sells assets, legally shuts down, there's an end point.
Right, closure.
But blockchains, they don't really close shop, they just linger. Potentially forever.
Ever.
Well, the very things that make them powerful, decentralization, the immutable ledger, it means once it's launched, the history, every transaction, every contract,
Yeah.
it's indelible.
Okay.
Even if the original team disappears, the nodes stop running. The data itself is probably copied in tons of places. Archives, block explorers, maybe on individual users' hard drives.
So it's like the blueprints of the city are scattered everywhere, even if the city itself is empty.
Exactly. The historical record persists.
That permanence really adds to that eerie feeling, doesn't it? It's not just that they failed, it's that they remain, like scars on the internet. The source material nails it, describing it like stumbling across an abandoned city in the desert, with crumbling buildings and faded billboards advertising a future that never arrived.
You can almost feel the digital dust.
Yeah, the echoes of old transactions that meant something once. It's just a stark reminder that even with cutting-edge tech, the past leaves these marks you can't just erase.
Absolutely. These digital ruins stand as, well, warnings. reminders of visions that went sideways.
But the story doesn't just stop at abandonment, right? Because like old ruins in the real world, these digital ghost towns actually attract explorers.
That's right. A new kind of explorer, you could call them digital archaeologists. They're not just looking, they're actively digging into these forgotten spaces.
Digital archaeologists, I like that.
It fits, doesn't it?
Yeah.
They're literally digging into old tokens, defunct chains, sifting through old code on GitHub, analyzing transaction data,
Yeah. Wow.
reading archived forum posts from way back, like old Bitcoin talk threads or dead Reddit groups. They're driven by this, deep curiosity.
It sounds almost academic.
It kind of is. Like historians piecing together history from fragments, trying to understand the narrative.
Okay, so it's incredible they're doing this, but what are they actually finding down there? What are the patterns or mistakes they're uncovering? Things we could maybe learn from?
Well, some really interesting stuff. Often they find smart contracts that are dormant, but surprisingly still hold value. Maybe millions in old tokens just sitting there.
No way. Really?
Yeah, but they're totally inaccessible. Keys lost, or maybe the contract has a bug, an old vulnerability that means you just can't interact with it anymore. And that points to something important. Sometimes it's not the vision or the community that failed. It was maybe one critical flaw in how it was set up initially. Governance, security. Something that made it impossible to manage or fix once the founders left.
So, like a fatal design flaw from day one.
Exactly. Or they find projects that were conceptually way ahead of their time. Imagine finding a working DAO from years before DAOs were even a buzzword.
Wow.
But it got abandoned anyway. Bad execution, wrong market timing, maybe the founders just burned out.
That's really illuminating. So, okay, what are the big questions these digital archaeologists are trying to answer then, as they poke around these ruins?
They're constantly asking, what exactly went wrong here? Was it the tech? Did the community fall apart? Or did the market just move on?
Like this.
They're also looking at, could this theoretically be revived? Is there still some hidden value, some clever bit of code nobody noticed?
The resurrection question.
Right. And ultimately trying to figure out, is this thing just destined to be digital dust, buried under newer, shinier projects? Or does it hold some forgotten lesson, maybe even a key for future stuff? Their work gives us this really valuable historical perspective. Studying these ghost chains helps us understand the early days, the chaotic development. It shows patterns, common mistakes, how fragile these community projects can be.
It connects the dots, basically, between the early hype and what actually happened.
Precisely. It informs how we understand the evolution of this whole decentralized tech space.
And connecting that back to the bigger picture, there's a really crucial lesson here, isn't there? Something that goes beyond just crypto tech.
Absolutely. The source puts it perfectly. In crypto, hype can create cities overnight, but sustainability builds civilizations.
Ooh, I like that. Hype creates cities.
Yeah.
Sustainability builds civilizations.
That distinction is just critical for anyone building, investing, really, in any fast-moving field.
Yeah, that really hits home. And what's striking is how easy that initial city building part seems, right?
Relatively speaking, yes.
Anyone with some tech skills and marketing can spin up a token, make noise, get that initial buzz going.
We see it every day.
But like these ghost chains show us, very few actually build a world people want to stay in. A sustainable ecosystem, real value, a community that lasts.
That's the challenge.
It's the difference between, I don't know, a flashy billboard that fades and solid infrastructure built to last.
Precisely. And that lesson, it goes way beyond crypto. It's for any new tech, any startup, any big project.
Sure.
Real long-term success isn't just about the initial spark or promising quick returns, even though that's tempting.
Always tempting.
It needs real utility, solid governance, consistent work development, and genuine community involvement day after day. It's about building strength, not just chasing trends.
Right.
Without that sort of civilization planning, even the most hyped projects are just future ghost towns, leaving those digital traces behind.
And thinking about sustainability building civilizations, not just cities, it brings us back to the people involved, doesn't it?
It has to.
Because behind all the code and tokens, there are founders, devs, investors, people, and their stories, ambition, maybe heartbreak, that's etched into these ruins too.
That's absolutely right. It's easy to focus on the tech, the market charts, but yeah, behind every single one is a human story. A story of big ambition, cool ideas, communities hoping together, and sometimes, real heartbreak, failure, disappointment. Each ghost chain is like a monument to a collective hope that just faded.
Can you give us an example, like paint a picture of one of those human stories?
Sure, imagine. Look, make one up, call it Aquacoin. Launched with huge energy, passionate founders, vibrant community, everyone convinced this was it, the next big thing.
Okay.
People put in savings, maybe dreaming of getting rich. Devs worked crazy hours pouring their talent into it. But maybe a year later, I don't know, the core team splits up over arguments.
Happens all the time.
A crucial update never gets released. And the token, once this symbol of hope, just tanks. It becomes like a digital headstone. You can almost feel that collective sigh from thousands of early believers watching their digital dreams just evaporate.
Wow. Yeah. It makes you wonder, how many of us listening right now have a few of those ghost tokens sitting in some old wallet?
Agrees. Probably quite a few.
Hoping maybe one day it'll magically come back to life. It's a relatable feeling in crypto, I think.
Very much so.
So the next time you're scrolling through CoinMarketCap or whatever list and you see page after page of coins you've never heard of,
Yeah.
remember this. You're not just looking at random names and numbers. You might be looking at current or future ghost chains. Each one has a story, a journey from launch to, often, just obscurity.
Makes you think differently about volume, doesn't it? And what value really means.
It really does. This whole deep dive into ghost chains has been, well, fascinating, definitely. Also quite sobering, exploring these abandoned digital corners. We've looked at how permanent digital abandonment can be, the quiet legacy of thousands of forgotten projects, and those big lessons about hype versus real sustainability.
Yeah, it's a powerful reminder. Even in the newest digital worlds, history matters. The basics of building something solid still apply.
And what's really compelling, thinking about that permanence, it means even a ghost chain isn't completely gone, is it?
Not entirely. The ledger is still out there, immutable.
So as these digital archaeologists keep digging, there's always that tiny chance.
A glimmer, perhaps. Maybe someone will find a reason, find a way to breathe life back into one, find some genius code, rally a dormant community.
And like you said, raise the dead.
Raise the dead, exactly. It leaves you with a pretty big thought, doesn't it? In this world we're building so fast, often leaving things behind, what kind of legacy are we actually creating? What's going to last?
Absolutely. A perfect question to end on. Thank you for joining us on this deep dive into the fascinating, sometimes sad world of digital ghost towns.
Thanks for having me.
We really hope it's given you, our listeners, a new perspective on this digital landscape and just how crucial it is to focus on building sustainable, resilient projects, not just chasing the next wave of hype. Stay curious, everyone. Stay informed.
Keep asking questions.
And we'll see you next time.